Right, so I've got all my materials and here's our rabbit that we're going to make. Now this cord I used was a 5mm cord, but what I'm going to use today is a 3mm single twist cord. So this is the Bobbiny natural single twist. You can use whichever colour you choose, and again it doesn't matter which width of cord you use. It will just make a difference with the number of knots that you make as you're going around the ring. So the smaller the cord, the more knots you'll have. Okay, but again, it doesn't matter an exact number because you'll just work to fit your ring and your however long you want the ears to be. So I have cut myself 2 lots of 4 meters. And I'm going to attach it with a lark's head knot to the ring. So fold your cord, make sure that the ends meet, so you're working with equal lengths. Okay, go back to there. There you've got your loop, and that's going to go over your wooden ring or a metal ring if you're using metal. Pull those through. Okay, there's 1 lark's head knot. Move this one out now. And then with your second cord, do exactly the same. So ends meet. And where's my loop? There it is. Over the wooden ring and through. There we go. Okay, now this is going to be the start of an ear. Okay, so it's 1 knot all the way around now. So I'm just going to place my pins in there because it just supports that whilst I'm making my square knots. And all I'm going to do is just keep making square knots. So if you haven't done a square knot before, you've got your 4 cords. The centre 2 cords are the holding cords. They don't do anything. They're, as the name suggests, going to just hold the square knot together. And it's the outer cords that do the work. Okay, so these are the working cords, the outer 2, these are the holding cords. Now at the beginning, when you've got a long cord, obviously it's a bit more tricky. But we're going to place the left-hand cord over the centre 2 holding cord, so it makes an L shape. Okay, and then the right-hand cord is going to go over that L cord. And then if I get the end, right, it's going to go underneath the 2 holding cords, and it's going to go like in a diagonal, and it's going to come up through that L loop. Okay, and just if you just hold them carefully, so it takes ages at the beginning because you've got long cords, but then it'll look something like that, and then you're just going to pull it up. There you go. So you've got half a square knot there. Now for the second part of the square knot, the right hand cord is going to make a P loop. Okay, so it's like a P. And then the left hand cord is going to come over that P cord, and it's going to go up under the holding cords and up through and out of that P loop. Okay, and then just keep feeding it through. Okay, there you go. All right, so that's 1 square knot. Now you can see here the difference with the 3mm cord. It's much smaller than the 5mm cord. Now, however many square knots you do, you just want to keep sort of like bending your line of square knots till you're happy with the size of the ear that you're going to have. Okay, so I'm just going to do a few more and then I will stop and show you exactly what I mean. So if you start making a row of square knots, and I'll meet you in a second. Okay, so I've done a line of square knots, and what I've been doing is, as I've gone along, I've just been bending it over, as you can see, as I said, just like that, just to see that the ear is long enough that I want. Okay, so I mean I could do longer, but I think I'm going to be quite happy with that at the moment. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the 2 holding cords, so the 2 centre cords, this is where to make sure you don't get all tangled, and I'm going to attach these with a lark's head knot, okay, to the ring. So what I do is I take one cord, put it, so that centre cord, put it over the ring, then take it over that cord that we've just had, take it behind the ring again, okay, and then it's going to go through that loop, okay, and that's one of the cords attached with a lark's head knot. Okay, so now let me show you that again. If I get all the cords out, so because you can quite easily get tangled. Right, so I've done that one. So there's the second centre cord. So I'm going to take that over the wooden ring. Okay, so over there, through there, around the back there, and through that loop there. Okay, and then if you pull it tight, so you can secure your ear, there we go, just have to pull it round. You might have to wiggle these round. Right, there's our 2 lark's head knots we've made, but you might just have to wiggle the cords, say like that, just to pull them a bit tighter so that your ear sits against the ring. Okay, it helps if you've got long nails. Pull that through. Okay, right, I'll probably spend a bit of time fiddling with that in a minute to get it done. Okay, so I've tightened that so it's now sat really quite snugly against the ring, and I've got my ear shape. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to carry on and I'm going to make another row of square knots, so it's the same size as this row. Okay, so if you get your cords and I'm going to make 1 square knot. The cords might just be a bit twisted to begin with, but if you just pull them, there we go. So that ear is there, then this ear is going to come this way. Okay, and carry on, simply just carry on making another row of square knots and join them to the ring in the same way. Okay, so if you do that now, and I'll meet you when we're done. Okay, so I've attached the second ear. Okay, and again you can play about with those and make them as you want. And then just to finish off is super simple. Put a pin there. You're going to use the longest 2 cords that you've got, which were the holding cords, and you're just simply going to make square knots all the way around the ring, but you're not going to have holding cords this time because the holding cord is actually the wooden ring. Okay, now you can do spiral knots, which is just repeating the half square knot, or you can do the square knots all the way around and then just tie it off at the back. And I added a bunch of flowers. Okay, so if you do that now, and then you will have your completed bunny. I hope you've enjoyed the tutorial. If you have, please make sure you've hit subscribe. Keep up to date by making sure the bell is on so you're notified of new tutorials. And I'll see you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.